Hi, welcome to Linear Inequalities tutorial. This is an intro video, so we will just go through some basic stuff about inequalities. Okay, so what we have in front of you here is an example of inequality. It is similar to an equation x equals to 3, for example, but in this case, when it is an inequality, it means the value of x is not equals to 3, but how we read here is x is greater than 3. Okay, we always read in the perspective of x. So because this opening, okay, this opening of the sign is towards x, that means x is the greater term. So in this case, it says x is greater than 3. So the next thing you need to know is how to put it on a number line. So number 3 is here. Okay, so we first draw with a circle, and because there is no equal sign, okay, there's no need for us to shade this circle. Greater than 3 means values which are 3, 4, 5, 6, and above, right? So we draw this line to the right to indicate these are the values. But because there is no equal sign for this inequality, there's no need for us to shade, and the value of x cannot be 3 itself. So if let's say we want to find out what is the integer values of x, it will be from 4, 5, 6, and so on. Okay, so these are the integer values of x, and the least value is 4 in this case. Okay, next example, we have x is lesser than minus 3. Why do we say lesser than minus 3? Because this opening is facing the number minus 3, which is minus 3 is bigger than x. So from the x perspective, it means x is lesser than minus 3. So how do we illustrate on our number line? Minus 3 is here. So we draw a circle again. And lesser than minus 3 means it's to the left side. So it's this way. Okay? So what are the integer values? The integer values will be from minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, and so on. Okay, so minus 4 will be the greatest integer value for x in this case. Okay, example 3. So now, slightly different from the first two examples, we have this extra line here. Okay, that extra line simply means equal. If you recall from the first example, I did mention about equal sign, right? So this is how they represent an equal sign in the inequalities. So this, how we read this inequality is simply x is greater than or equals to minus 4. Okay, so on the number line, we go to minus 4, and then because it's greater than means it's to the right. And next one, because there is an equal sign, we are going to shade this circle, okay, to indicate that the value of x can take the value of minus 4. Okay, so the integer values of x in this case will be minus 4 included, minus 3, minus 2, and so on. Okay, and minus 4 will be the smallest integer value applicable for x. Okay, last one. This time around, x is lesser than or equals to 2. So we already know how to draw a number line, right? So we show all these numbers. Go to number 2, draw our circle, and lesser than means to the left side. We need to shade. Why we need to shade? Because of this equal sign here. And what are the integer values? The integer values are basically 2, 1, 0, even to negative 1, and so on. Okay? So this is the introduction on inequalities. You need to know how to draw the number line, how to read the inequality statements so that you can interpret the questions proper. Okay? Catch you at our next video.